Greetings, everyone. My name is Walter Jennings. Welcome to Chosen Lifelines for Men, where we have been called to challenge and, if necessary, change the mentality, motivation, and mettle of men. Speaking of mettle, wanted to take a couple minutes to share a little about the difference between mettle, M-E-T-A-L, and mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E. So although both of these words are homonyms, which are words that sound alike, they do have a different meaning. However, they do have a shared background as it relates to their root together. Originally, mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E, was simply a variant spelling of the word metal, M-E-T-A-L. This dates back to the early 13th century, and it was used in the same sense as its metallic relative. Over time, M-E-T-T-L-E came to be used primarily in a figurative sense, referring to the quality of someone's character. So pointing to and alluding to an individual's qualities, which is what M-E-T-T-L-E is how we refer to it now. So it eventually became a distinctive English word in its own right, losing the literal sense altogether. M-E-T-L-E remained a term primarily used for a hard, shiny substance such as steel or iron, and it is also acquired and used in a figurative sense since today. So a lot of the qualities that we attribute to physical metal objects, we also apply those things in the figurative sense when it comes to M-E-T-T-L-E. When we talk about things like vigor and strength and spirit and temperament, a lot of those things are crossed between some of the characteristics that we attribute to physical metal objects. Now, when we talk about metal, physical metal is oftentimes tested, the strength of it, in 4 different ways. The first way that a metal is tested is its tensile strength. Tensile strength is a material's ability to resist tension. It is the amount of strength required to pull or stretch the metal apart. So these are the factors and the things that oftentimes attempt to pull you away from the things that you want to accomplish, to see if you really want to accomplish and to fulfill what it is that you say you want to do, your dreams, your goals, all of those various things. When we look at it in the figurative sense on the M-E-T-T-L-E side. Also, there is compressive strength. Compressive strength is a metal's ability to withstand being squeezed or compressed. Compressive strength is tested using external forces that place pressure on the metal. And so on the figurative side, on the medical sense, there is something called a stress test. Now, a stress test is an intentional situation or intentional factors that are placed upon an individual to see how much that their body can take, to identify areas of vulnerability. And so these are oftentimes used in the medical field. And so this alludes to the strength of a particular metal as it relates to the stress that it can undergo and take related to external factors. Next, we have the yield strength. Now, yield strength refers to a metal's ability to withstand permanent deformation or bending. It is the elastic limit of any given material, including metals. This, on the physical side, is called the malleability of a metal. So how much can we form, bend, and shape this metal in order for it to be used in a way that is going to be beneficial to us as humans? Now, on the figurative side, how flexible are we when it comes to some of the things that we do want to accomplish and do? Are we open-minded enough to be able to recognize where what we wanted to accomplish, we're actually able to accomplish something else? And that type of flexibility, that type of willingness to be able to look objectively at what it is that is being done from what it is we're purposing to accomplish is very important oftentimes of being able to maximize situations and circumstances as they come. Lastly, we have impact strength. Impact strength determines how much energy a metal can absorb through impact without shattering or fracturing. So with all of these tests and everything that we've undergone, the goal is not to break the metal in a way to where it cannot be useful, but it's oftentimes to test the ability of it to make sure that we understand what the pressure point is. And so on the figurative sense, this ties into the tensile strength that we talked about earlier. So bending and undergoing what we understand as far as the pressures and the stresses of life, what things are birthed out of us, what is our breaking point, what are some of the areas and places where we notice that we're going to need to be mindful because we don't necessarily show up in the best way, but also recognizing that in order for us to accomplish everything or to accomplish the things that we set out to want to do, it's important for us to know exactly what our limits and what our capabilities are, and that cannot be done oftentimes without stress. In order for us to accomplish and get to where we want to go in life, Mettle, Mettle, is a critical and important part of that, and it is one of our focus points here at Chosen Life for Men. Well, thank you all so much for taking this Chosen Life moment with me. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and reach out to me for a session. Love to partner with you and speak to you about your path and purpose in life. And be sure to join us for more Chosen Life moments here on Chosen Life Specialists, where we have been called to challenge and, if necessary, change the mentality, motivation, and mettle of men.